vehicle today to be with Gary Simmons. He's with Partners Benefit Group. And Gary, you're in the insurance business.
I am. Been in it for 30 years.
Let's talk about your credentials a little bit, because we're going to talk about something today that's very important to the average person.
Okay. Well, my credentials, I've been in the insurance business for 30 years. I'm a licensed agent in Georgia and Florida and South Carolina and Alabama and a lot of other states around the country. I'm also a licensed insurance counselor in the state of Georgia. I'm certified in long-term care. I'm a certified benefits consultant, and I'm a certified senior advisor.
A lot of talk about, and the common name that's tossed around is Obamacare. A lot of talk about it in the country right now.
That's right. That's right.
The Affordable Care Act, what is it? Why do we have an Affordable Care Act?
Well, it's a very noble project that has been in the works for 70 some odd years, but basically it was designed to make affordable health care available to all the citizens in the United States.
When was it signed into law?
Signed into law in March 2010, and of course some of the benefits and some of the provisions immediately started then. It was a very complicated law, 2,300 and some odd pages of legislative wording, and then those legislative words turned into 20-some thousand pages of regulations over the last 3 years.
We keep hearing about the employer mandate. When you say mandate, that's pretty strong.
That's right. You have two. You have an employer mandate and an individual mandate, and you've heard a lot of discussion in the last few weeks about the mandates and why one has been delayed and why it was not. Originally, it was set out so that an employer, any employer above 50 that had more than 50 employees or full-time equivalent employees would be mandated to offer all of their employees, full-time employees, both affordable and credible health care coverage. Affordable meaning that the employee's contribution had to subsidize the cost of that premium for the employee, so the employee would never have to pay more than 9.5% of their income. Incredible meaning that the federal government laid out a list of essential benefits that had to be included in the policies, and so credible would take care of all of those essential benefits.
What about the families of these employees? What happens there?
Well, this is one of the glitches that you've even heard President Clinton talking about in the last short while. The mandate requires the employer to offer their employee insurance and also offer their dependents insurance. It requires that the employer is to contribute toward the premiums of the employee, but does not have to contribute to the cost of the dependents coverage. And according to the mandate, the spouse does not even have to be offered coverage. Now, here's the big problem. The employer is required to provide and offer this coverage. If the coverage is offered, and if the employee then looks at it and says, well, I can't afford adding my dependents and my wife to this coverage, so I will just have to opt out. If they opt out, then the family is not eligible for the subsidy if they go to the federal marketplace.
Wow. Explain the individual mandate. We have two mandates here. Explain the individual mandate.
All right. The individual mandate requires all citizens to purchase credible coverage effective January 1, 2014. And if they do not purchase the coverage, then they will be subject to a penalty or a fine that would be handled by the IRS at the time that they file their income tax. And the way that would happen would be once they file their income tax, they would have to show proof that they have credible coverage, that they've purchased credible coverage, or they have credible coverage through their employer. And if neither one of those happens, then the fine would be taken out of their refund if they have a refund that's available, or they would be sent a bill for the fine at the time of they file their taxes.
In a nutshell, we're all required to participate.
That's correct. That's correct.
Where do they go in Georgia? We've heard so much about this, but signs haven't been popping up all over, where to sign up and join this.
Well, the and if you've been watching the news, there's been a lot of coverage about that also. The online website is healthcare.gov. And you can go on, supposedly, you can go online and wade through all the options and look at all the benefits and what have you and sign up, but we do not recommend that. What we recommend is you come to a certified agent or broker that's certified to go on the marketplace and help you. There's no cost to you for us to do that. We're paid by the insurer to take care of your needs. And then we can walk through and show you what benefits and what plans that's available, and talk about what possible subsidies that you may be allowed to take.
Gary, this is not terribly complicated, but the average person never has to face this, do they?
No, it's designed. I have offices in Valdosta. I have 6 agents in Valdosta. We have agents in Nashville. We have agents in Tifton. We have agents in Albany, Macon, Atlanta, all the way to Blue Ridge. And we're here. All of our agents are certified to be able to go online and help you with these decisions. The terminology is hard to understand. Understanding the networks are hard to understand. There's just a lot of information that you're required to do that you shouldn't have to make these decisions on your own. We're here to help you and work you through this maze of insurance complications.